weeks away until the NFL draft kicks off.
Woo!
A lot of teams are excited. There's a lot of teams that don't have first-round picks because so many have multiple first-round picks. But, hey, we're going to be here right now. We're going to be answering one question surrounding all 32 NFL teams, including your NFL team.
One question go?
One question. It's going to be a one-question go. We're going to start off, I think it's in alphabetical order, I'm pretty sure. This is made by ESPN, but I want to answer the questions ourselves here to get our own opinion because they didn't really answer the questions.
Okay.
So we're going to be the ones
So
that
they're
never do
stupid.
questions. We're going to be the ones that are experts.
They're dumb.
Yeah.
And we're
You
smart.
probably have to pay for ESPN Plus to get the answers. Who knows?
We're big
It's
brand.
free around here, boys. Make sure you subscribe. All right, question number 1. Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
Will the Bills entertain the possibility of taking a running back in the first round because of their need in the backfield?
Yes.
No.
Well, I think they'll entertain it for sure.
Why wouldn't they entertain it?
Because that's definitely a position of need.
Yeah.
It is.
One of their biggest targets
I
of
don't
need.
think they're gonna do it.
Why
But
wouldn't they?
their running backs kind of stepped up a little bit
I was
at
gonna
the
say,
end of the year.
I don't think it's worth the first round to get a running
See,
back.
I see them taking a
Even though it's a
cornerback.
later one. Yeah, I could see that.
Because they lost Levi Wallace.
Yeah.
They Trey White got hurt, so who knows? But yes, I
Maybe
definitely
they don't
think they'll
even
entertain
care
it.
about the running back that much because Josh Allen does it himself anyway.
They should care
They
about
should
it. a
care.
little
They
bit.
should,
Because they're
but-
going to kill him.
Yeah, you don't want your franchise guy being your running back also.
No.
All right, Miami Dolphins up next. The Dolphins don't pick until one of the last selections in the third round. What position could they target there? Obviously, they got Tyreek Hill, so that gave up some draft capital. So their next pick is in the third round. Defense first. I feel like defense or that's another team. It doesn't make much sense, but like running back also in the third round because
Yeah.
they have Raheem Mostert now.
Yeah.
He gets
He'll
hurt
get
all the
first
time.
game. He's old too.
Gaskins just hasn't panned out whatsoever.
It's weird because their biggest question mark right now is at the quarterback position. And, of course, you're not going to get a quarterback in the third round even just to see if it would pan
Yeah,
out. That's just an absolute waste in my opinion. So, I can see a running back. I think maybe a defensive puzzle piece.
I think that's a good defense.
Yeah.
like a linebacker.
Yeah.
I feel like they've always been a little soft at linebacker,
Mhm.
so throw
Yeah.
that out there. New England Patriots. Now that the team has acquired Devontae Parker, could wide receiver still be a play at pick number 21?
I think so.
Yes,
Bill Belichick
definitely.
never drafts receivers. And if he does it terribly.
Well, N'Keal Harry.
Yeah. So I don't know. He's never drafted. I don't know. When's the last time they drafted a receiver in the first round?
N'Keal
Was it
Harry.
Yeah.
But they've
End
had
of the
Brady
first
for
round.
so many years that it didn't need to.
Yeah, so
There's
like-
just not enough puzzle pieces on that receiver core to get them through another season.
yeah, they're
even with
they're
Parker.
number one. They're bad at it.
Yeah.
Number two, though, like these teams that have these rookie quarterbacks now, it's Mac Jones' second year. They want to help them out to make them actually look good.
I
And-
see them taking a cornerback.
Yeah,
They got
I
rid
think
of J.C.
corner.
Jackson.
Yeah,
I can see that too, for sure. And obviously, this happened last year, but they lost Stephon Gilmore as well. They're losing pieces on defense, so defense definitely is a target. It's just there's a lot of good caliber wide receivers in this draft
Yeah,
class,
it's
and I
deep.
feel like
It's
even
deep.
taking a shot in the dark, you might hit. So I feel like that might be a little bit more persuasive towards them because they need wide receivers so bad.
Or they could take one in, say, second round, third round, whatever
Yeah.
pick that they have, just because it's more deep. So
Mhm.
they might have more talent, like a better chance to hit later in the draft. New York Jets up next.
Okay.
After aggressively trying to get Tyreek Hill, how do you foresee a wide receiver being selected at number 10 overall? Is not
Yeah, I can see it.
They're taking a wide
I was gonna
receiver.
say, why wouldn't they?
They have to take a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson hasn't looked the hottest.
Mm.
Wide receiver, no doubt. They're going to get a top tier guy at pick
Yep.
number 10.
Who's the guy they had last year?
Who was her?
They drafted
Denzel
a
Mims.
receiver. No,
Mims?
last year. Moore. Wasn't it? Moore?
Oh.
Elijah Moore or something?
Oh, Elijah Moore.
He was all right. He had his moments.
Yeah, well, they all think. All right, AFC North. We're moving on to the Baltimore Ravens. Which position will the Ravens fill at pick number 14, knowing they still need help in the trenches at cornerback? I'm not convinced
Defensive
they need
line,
corner.
dude. They need defensive
Yeah,
line.
like a defensive tackle. So Marcus Peters gets hurt. Marlon Humphrey gets hurt. They
Yeah.
get hurt. It doesn't mean that they don't have depth there. They're
Right.
still
Yeah, that
good.
was just unfortunate.
Right. That was that was terrible luck.
Yeah, I think that's just kind of what they're talking about. We've seen how bad their season turned out after they got hurt. So I feel like they're just like, oh, we need someone to kind of sit there and watch after them and think in case somebody gets hurt because they're not the youngest guys out there. They're not. So it could be a reoccurring injury, and you don't want to be, out of both of your cornerbacks in the beginning of the season.
They're
Right.
a defensive line, dude.
Yeah,
they're
they're-
old, and they tried getting that one dude from Green
Zadarius
Bay.
Smith,
Yeah, he
he
backed
backed
out.
out.
Now he's in Minnesota. So
They're kind of like they always seem like a defensive type team, like a smash mouth defensive team. So Bengals up next. Since the Bengals upgraded their offensive line in free agency, what other position could they target? Now they have pick number 31.
corner.
Is that a no-brainer at
Yeah.
corner?
I
Say
think so.
Eli Apple.
But dude, Eli Apple.
No.
But
They
No.
brought him
put
back.
Chidobe Awuzie.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, corner for sure. Cleveland Browns up next with Deshaun Watson, now a QB. Is drafting a receiver early a possibility,
Mhm.
or will they look to add elsewhere?
I could see them taking a receiver, but
They
Get
need.
Amari.
I wouldn't
Right,
bet on it.
because-
But
because Jarvis Landry's
Yeah.
he's not gonna.
probably out. It's like he's
Well,
Yeah,
Who
they haven't
knows?
signed him,
Even
so.
even if he is back in, you still need somebody else. Obviously, they have.
They have Amari and
Yeah.
Peoples Jones, which honestly, I like both those guys. I don't know. I feel like they could use it to add on the defense.
I just feel like their defense is pretty stacked right now. They got their quarterback guy. Their running back situation is pretty solid right now. I see that being the biggest target for them. Their offensive line isn't bad by any means. So
I could even see them
Feel like
doing a
that's
tight
easy.
end.
the tight
No, they
end.
signed Njoku though. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. Even though he hasn't had the best season,
No.
or didn't last year. He wasn't terrible though. People are rumoring they could trade up and take a wide receiver, so it really seems like
Oh.
they might hammer down on
I
wide
wonder if it's
receiver.
worth trading up though.
Right. Yeah. I
Probably
mean,
not.
there's some really like top tier guys.
I know.
And they're gonna be gone early.
Mm.
So whoever really wants them the most. All right, we got the Steelers up next. Could the Steelers trade up for a quarterback, or will they look to address another position in the first round?
There's a lot of talks of them trading up.
Oh,
They could.
I
There's a
kind of
lot
hope
of
they
talk of
do.
them doing
So
it.
here's the thing, right? The only way the Steelers are trading up is for Kenny Pickett or Malik Willis.
I
Yeah.
hope.
And those guys, what it's looking like to me is they're both gone in the top 10.
Yeah.
And the Steelers will not trade into the top 10.
You know, there's talks about them trading with the Panthers.
That's
I
it.
don't see it
They
happening.
traded in the top 10 before for Devin Bush, and that worked out.
That
But
didn't work out at all.
not yet.
Yeah, it's not. Gonna work out. No, I don't see them trading up just because I think those guys are going to be gone early, and then at that point they're either going to sit back and take their guy later where their pick is, or yeah,
not
Who's
that
their
much
guy at
later.
that point?
I mean,
Matt
it's
Corral.
like Desmond
Yeah.
Ryder, Matt Corral.
I think Desmond Ryder's going to go a little bit earlier now. Desmond Ryder
Really?
seems to be kind of
Oh,
trending
man,
upwards.
People are saying like he could be a second round pick. He probably should be a second round pick. I don't know. The Steelers, in my opinion, there's no doubt that they're not taking. Like they're taking
Yeah.
a quarterback.
Yeah, no.
There's no question in my mind. I'll be shocked if they
But
don't take a
Mitch,
quarterback.
Mitchburg,
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
Mitchburg's the future. Joe, you were the biggest proponent of it.
Yeah.
You guys see that potential, bro.
Talk 'em up.
Yeah.
Talk 'em up.
There we go.
All right. Houston Texans with the number 3 pick.
Uh,
Will the Texans go best available player?
Yes.
Or will
Yeah.
it be a pick to fill a need?
No, they need
Well, that's
so
the
many
beautiful
things.
thing. They need so many
Yeah, they
things.
need
that
everything.
Best available
Yeah.
is going to be
they're not taking a
position of
quarterback
need.
since they believe in Davis Mills for
So,
whatever reason.
Why is that not? Why? Why are they
They're
not,
not. They're-
even like considering taking a quarterback?
I don't think they like who's there, truthfully. Because here's the thing. They need so many puzzle pieces that they need to build for the next year or two. So it
there's-
doesn't matter what they do.
So by not even considering taking a quarterback, they're still in tank mode. Next
Exactly.
season, they know they're going to be trash.
Yeah. Like, let's say they took the best available quarterback. They're still going to be trash because they don't have the puzzle pieces. Where I think they're like, okay, I think maybe the receivers are better this year. So let's go with the receiver because even if we take a quarterback and he's amazing, we're still going to suck.
Mhm.
So let's just take the best position we think that's available and then
Mhm.
go from there and build.
They need so many different positions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They need
But
a new team. They literally do.
They need a new team.
They literally
Truthfully.
do.
They do. Yeah. So the Colts are up next. Without a first round pick, how do the Colts solve their need at left tackle? So they have Matt Pryor there at left tackle. So what do they have, like a third round pick as their number 1 pick, second or third? I think it's a third round pick. You're just gonna have to let him play, and then behind him, like you could draft the guy in the third round and see how he pans out. But like truthfully, he's probably not gonna be starting over Pryor.
No.
He's gonna get first crack at it.
Yeah.
So obviously important position though, because it guards the blind side of Matt Ryan. The probably the most important offensive line position for the quarterback. Jaguars up next. Aiden Hutchinson is a favorite at number 1, but what should Jacksonville look for at pick number 33? So first pick in the second round. What are we thinking for the Jaguars?
Receivers there.
I
I
know
know
they
they
need a
signed.
receiver
I
though.
know they
because
signed. I know they did.
Kirk,
Yeah.
Zay
I'm
Jones.
not big
Yeah.
on either
So
of those.
what I
and the dude from Green Bay, or no, that he went to the Chiefs, right?
Yeah. So what I realized, like they lost Miles Jack, so inside linebacker.
Yeah, they do need defense.
Yeah.
I really don't feel like they need a
I
wide
don't even know who their
receiver.
corners are, to be honest.
That could be a position of need also.
Yeah.
I see inside linebacker for the Jaguars because their defense is going to be terrible.
Yeah.
Potentially. And Miles Jack, in my opinion, he was their best player on defense.
Mm-hmm.
He really was.
I agree.
And they lost him. So,
Hey, awesome.
yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it, Jaguars. Tennessee Titans up next. Wide receiver has been a hot mock draft pick for the Titans, but is offensive line more of a first-round target for them?
I don't know. How many times did Ryan Tannehill get sacked last year? I didn't think it was like that atrocious, to be honest.
So, wait, oh, they get Robert Woods. They traded for Robert Woods, right?
Yeah, that's why. I
Yeah,
don't know why.
yeah, they did.
I don't
Yeah,
know
I
why
feel
they
like-
would
yeah.
look for a receiver.
Yeah, I feel like you got to go offensive
Yeah.
line at that point.
That's
Yeah.
like a dumb.
Yeah, the mock draft, that just doesn't make too much sense to me personally.
When was this?
I
made?
forgot
Last
about
year?
Robert Woods.
No, this is new. This is fresh.
Yeah, no.
This is top of the
Fucking
ranks.
receiver. That's
Yeah, go offensive line. I know it's boring. It's going to put people to sleep, but hey, whenever they're not putting your quarterback to sleep, whenever he's on his back, you'll be thanking
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah,
You'll be
100%.
happy. Denver Broncos. What does an ideal early draft look like for the Broncos who don't have many on-paper needs?
Oh,
Now, I look at their depth chart. It's actually crazy. Like, their depth
Oh, their
chart looks
team's insane.
really, really
Yeah.
good.
yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
I don't want people to get too excited for him like early because there could be
I am.
some there could be some struggles
There's
a
no
little bit
chemistry
early.
issue. No, cause
Cornerback, maybe
kicker,
defensive tackle.
kicker.
Yeah.
Sure, I guess so.
they're
Like this is
pretty
one
stacked.
team like their wide receiver depth is there, but their wide receiver depth almost reminds me of a team like the Jaguars. No superstar.
Not yet, because they haven't had a
Yeah.
quarterback to make him one.
That's true. That's true because I'm a big fan of Cortland Sutton. Jerry
Yeah, I like Jeudy.
is a
Tim
top
Patrick.
pick.
Yeah.
What's that?
Tim Patrick?
Tim Patrick. I mean, he's shown
got-
sparks. He's
yeah.
had sparks.
They got
They
a QB
lost
now,
Noah
dude.
Fant. They
Yeah.
lost him.
So what?
I don't think they'll take a tight end.
No.
No.
There's not.
But-
I don't think, unless I'm looking past somebody, any like big tight end guys.
The
in this
Broncos can
draft.
take anybody and it won't matter.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
got to be on the defensive side, in my opinion.
They traded away, you know.
They could trade away. They could trade down. They could, yeah. Why not? Why not? They could trade for a veteran, another veteran player.
Mhm.
That's
Although, what
ready to
pick do
win
they
now.
have?
It's
Didn't
a
they-
mid-round pick, I'm pretty sure. Oh wait,
Didn't they trade their first round?
That's what I'm
to
saying.
get
gone.
Russell Wilson?
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
So they have, yeah,
So they can.
they
it's
have
not really
8 picks
trade
in the
anymore.
draft, but they're all late
Okay.
draft picks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It doesn't
I guess-
matter.
Pick a name out of a hat.
Yeah. Kansas City Chiefs will general manager Brett Veach and coach Andy Reid use
Veach?
picks 29 and 30, or is a trade possible? So they got a first-round pick for Tyreek Hill. So they have back-to-back picks.
Yeah. I think they'll use them.
See, I think they're going to trade them.
You do?
No, at least one of them.
Because
Like
I'm looking.
back-to-back picks.
Here's the first time where
Mhm.
they actually need some help. I mean, obviously the running back
Yeah,
position
yeah.
isn't for sure secured.
Yeah.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I don't know if he's all there. I mean, everybody's been talking about that.
That's a good spot to draft a running back in the first round if you're going to do
Exactly.
it at the weigh-in.
You lost Tyreek Hill, so you could do a wide receiver running back combo right there, and I think that would help their team. I think you want those people instead of
True.
getting people. Maybe you could get an extra 2 people, but do you really
Right.
need that? You know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Because I wasn't really thinking maybe they would use both first-round picks to trade up to maybe get inside the top 15 to draft
a
like a
better
really
pick.
good guy. Like they might be able to do that.
Yeah, they could do that.
Maybe I do think they're going to trade one of their picks to trade up in the draft. Maybe add in a second or third round pick to get somebody. Just going back to back seems a little bit weird. I feel like if you're a Chiefs fan, look for a trade. That's one of my number one teams I feel like is going to make a trade. Raiders.
Raider Nation.
Should they go all in on the defensive side of the ball in this draft? So, yes.
Let's hear it.
Yes,
Yeah.
they should.
Their division, yeah.
Yes.
Their offense is fine. Well,
Whoa.
So they don't have picks in the first or second round.
Yeah. Oh, well.
So
It's
it's
a Devontae Adams situation, right?
right. So it's going to be pick 3. Yeah, they have to.
Yeah.
There's no question. Their offense is set. They believe in Carr. Just paid Carr. We talked about that.
They're set.
Brought in Devontae. Darren Waller's a top tight end. Hopefully he
Yeah.
can stay healthy. They could use a running back,
Mhm.
in my opinion. He's a believer in Josh Jacobs for whatever reason.
I'm not a believer. You're just a Raider hater.
I'm not a Raider hater. The
Hashtag
Raiders are
Raider
going to
hater.
be in the playoffs.
There you go.
How is
Raiders
What?
are going to be in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Who else is going to be in the playoffs from that division?
everybody. Seriously, I don't know.
There's going to be a disappointing team in that division.
If there's a disappointing team, it's got to be the Broncos.
Yeah, because on paper.
It's not going to be the Broncos.
Could be the
What
Chiefs.
is wrong with you?
There's my. I don't think. I think they're gonna make the. Dude, I really think they're all gonna make the playoffs, which is just stupid.
How
'cause
does
it
that
doesn't
happen
really,
though?
It'll happen. It could happen now
Yeah,
with
they
the
get
extra
the- they get the
playoff.
fifth,
So
sixth,
what?
seventh
What
seed.
two divisions don't even have an extra person going then?
What do you mean?
Like the 4 division winners, and then
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. So like normally it's like, oh, another team might slip in. You're saying 2 other divisions definitely aren't going to have somebody in if the whole
Well,
West
every
gets in.
division has to have one.
No, I know the
team.
division leader, but I'm
Oh,
saying
yeah, well,
like it's
that
not going to be like
happens all the time.
Steelers and
it's not
Browns.
happening. The whole
So do you think the
division,
North is only going to have one person in there?
I could see that.
Think the South is only going to have one person in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Now, to be real,
I guess it's
3
easy.
teams
I
in
was
this
gonna say,
division are
that's
gonna
what I'm
make-
saying.
All 4 of them are not.
I
making-
can't
That's
figure out
tough.
which team for sure
I don't
yet.
even know if that's ever happened.
You skipped the team.
I skipped a team. The Chargers.
Kareem.
Dude, this is another team with like a crazy solid roster on paper.
Yeah.
Okay. It feels like offensive tackle. It's offensive tackle or bust for the Chargers in round 1. But what other positions are a need for LA? So they bring in J.C. Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
They bring in Khalil Mack. They re-sign Mike Williams. Set at running back. Set at quarterback.
They do need a tight end. They still have
Tight
Jared
end.
Cook, who's old as heck.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. So sure, you could say tight end, but they have picked number 17 in the draft.
Okay, yeah, don't use that.
You're
on
not
tight
going to
end,
use
no.
that on a tight
I'd use that
end.
on the defensive end, then, honestly. They don't need anything on
What's the
offense.
question?
Yeah, but they
Where are
have
gonna
they
use
have
it?
Bosa, they have Mack off the edge.
Yeah.
I know, but they
So
got
what other
Allen, they got
position-
Mike Williams, they got Eckler, like
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what
What's
is
their
it that
offensive line like?
like a linebacker could be a need? Maybe like they're set. I mean, you could draft
They
a
are.
safety because Derwin
They are.
James gets hurt every so often as like a backup, somebody to kind of follow by his footsteps.
I mean, again, this is a good situation to be in.
It's such a good situation to be in. Defensive tackle. I mean, you could really build up something on defensive tackle. So you
Yeah.
have Bosa, Mack, and like a good defensive
Yeah.
tackle because you could definitely get one
Oh,
at
for
pick
sure.
number 17.
I think that's the smartest thing to do.
That might be a good decision. I mean,
Yeah.
because the dominant defensive lines are the ones that are really
Yep.
like hammering
sure.
home
For sure.
if you're looking to make a Super Bowl run.
Yep.
NFC East, Dallas Cowboys. Which positions could the Cowboys target early to replenish the talents lost on the roster?
doesn't matter.
So they lost Cooper.
They
Yeah.
suck.
Okay. So first off, okay, but they bring in like James Washington and whatnot. Their wide receivers are fine.
James
They got-
Washington?
They got Michael
Yeah.
Gallup, CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't need a receiver.
They don't need it. So what I've noticed, the offensive line for the Cowboys just isn't the same. They're getting old.
Yeah.
They're not as dominant
Not
as
what
they have
were.
been.
Mm-mm.
Offensive line, you take offensive line, you get Dak a little bit more help, and hopefully their offense doesn't hit those inconsistent patches where
Yeah.
they're just not moving the ball and you're wondering why the heck why. Does
Why?
that make sense? I don't know. New York Giants. Oh, geez. Okay. 3 picks in the top 36, okay?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Does one get traded?
Probably. What could the general manager do to identify to build this roster the way he wants to construct it? So pretty much what do we think that the Giants are going to do with these picks?
I don't know.
This is a tough one, man. This really is because
Who's their number 1 receiver?
God, I mean, dude, they all get hurt. It's like Galladay,
yeah, probably-
Slayton.
yeah.
Man,
I feel like receiver is what they should target.
I
'Cause
think
again,
they will take a wide receiver.
They have faith. They have faith in Daniel Jones for some reason. I
Yeah.
don't get it, but they do.
I
They
mean,
don't want to look like idiots for
right.
taking them.
defensively, cornerback, an edge rusher, something like that. I mean, so they have 3 picks. So wide receiver in the first round, and then you got to go defense. Get a defensive lineman.
Mhm.
Yeah, let's say defensive lineman, and then they're gonna have one other pick. I
They
mean,
have so many holes too. They have issues. They need.
right? No, it's an issue, and
Yeah.
nobody's convinced that Daniel Jones is even that guy, anyways.
No.
Nope.
Is he that guy?
Nope.
Is he that guy?
Oh.
Maybe.
he's Tom Brady on wheels.
He is Tom Brady on wheels. A lot of needs to fill in New York, and offensive. I mean, they've been trying to get offensive line for such a long time. Do they finally have it? No, probably not.
They
still
might. They
got
might need a
pieces.
running back. Who
They
knows
might
what
need
they're-
a. They might need a running back.
Yeah, it
Saquon
was-
might get
They
traded
put him
for a
on the. I was
fourth
gonna
round
say
pick.
they put him on the trade market, and he gets hurt anyway. So.
Yeah,
They
nobody-
should
And they got
trade
rid of
him.
his backup, who I thought did okay last year.
Craziness. Sure, take a running back. Maybe that's a late round. Like,
It is,
You know what
yeah.
I mean?
Yeah,
Not
have-
first
have
two,
some
not
fun.
top. Yeah, have some fun.
You guys
sure.
stink
It's not
anyway.
my team. I
Yeah,
don't
you guys
care.
stink anyway.
Not my team. They can take a running back.
Sure.
Sure.
Eli Manning back. All right.
All right, Eagles with 2 first-round picks. Will the Eagles entertain the idea of selecting a receiver for the 3rd consecutive year?
I mean, hey, They hit
Rager-
one and they lost one.
Rager wasn't it,
Yeah,
Chief.
he wasn't it.
But
Devonta Smith.
Devonta
I like
Smith
Smith.
was it.
I like Smith.
So
I think what else they could really target
Man,
here.
yeah, I don't think they do wide receiver. No.
They could do defense. I mean, Fletcher Cox is getting old.
he's pretty old.
He's ancient. They could definitely hit
Yeah,
that
I
spot.
feel like this actually might be his last year.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because he was talked about getting traded or something, or did they drop him? Then they re-signed him like quickly
Pittsburgh
after
was
that.
thinking about getting him at one
Yeah.
point.
Yeah,
That's
like
a
he's
weird
a really good
situation.
veteran, but he's just
Yeah.
not going to be around for much longer.
No.
2 seasons. I give him 2 season max.
Yeah.
That's another team. I'm saying stay on the defensive side.
Mhm.
You can't just keep drafting wide receiver every single
No,
year. At
nah.
one point, you got to like pass on that and
They-
pick up another position.
They do have more picks though too, so I mean they could technically target
Right.
both of those positions in the first.
Yeah, no, they definitely could. Maybe a day 2 wide receiver where
Yeah.
they're taking somebody they don't have to waste a lot of draft capital on. I think they'll take a wide receiver, but I feel like the only reason why they really took back-to-back wide receivers because they knew Rager wasn't it.
Yeah.
Like they missed on him. I think really that's what it comes down to. But they hit redemption though with Devonta Smith, no doubt. Washington Commanders.
No.
Where are the Commanders' biggest holes, and what could they look for in round 1?
They
And
need
their
a
name
receiver.
change,
They
name
need
and
to get
logo.
McLaurin and help.
Oh, they don't need a quarterback though?
They're not. Yes, they do, but they're not going to do that, obviously.
Oh, the Raiders, or
So
what are
Kyle
the
Hamilton?
Commanders?
At wide receiver alongside Terry McLaurin? Make Carson Wentz look good?
Yeah, but the Colts couldn't. Obviously, the receivers
saying.
weren't
I mean,
there,
yeah.
but
It is what it is with their quarterback.
Pittman,
situation,
Hilton.
But
Like they don't really have. We were talking about it before. They don't really have a cornerback behind Kendall Fuller.
yeah.
Turn that into a song.
I mean, it doesn't matter what they do.
I think it's a good receiver.
they need a new name,
They need a new stadium.
they need a new stadium,
A new
name,
owner.
new logo.
Just go to Canada.
Don't worry about the picks.
All right, we're gonna move on to the NFC North. Chicago Bears. Could the Bears double dip at wideout for the second round and gives Justin Fields more options?
I don't even know who the
Wow.
receiver is, dude. They got Pringle now.
Yeah,
They got Pringle. They got.
They don't
Now
know.
my mind's blanking right
that's
now.
it, I think.
Allen Robinson's going right.
Yeah,
Robinson.
exactly.
No, they have. Who the heck else do they have? Oh, this is embarrassing. I can't think of it right now. But whatever. They need wide receiver.
Yeah,
They need a lot of things.
yeah.
They do. They lost Khalil Mack, so getting an edge rusher
Mhm.
seems like it would make sense.
I couldn't name anybody on their team. I don't know who their corners are. I don't know who they're like. Who are they?
That's just downright
Yeah,
You know who
disrespectful.
they are?
need
They
help.
stink.
Man, they do need help.
But they weren't that
They
bad
weren't
of
the
a team
worst.
last year, which is
But they did lose
Crazy
a lot
to
of
do.
pieces, though.
yeah.
They lost a lot of
Steelers
pieces.
beat 'em.
Nice.
Thanks for that taunting call.
Yeah, barely. Okay. Detroit Lions. Goff is under a contract for 2 more years,
Oh,
but
he
will
is,
Brad
baby.
So
Holmes
stupid.
entertain the idea of selecting a quarterback with either the
No.
number 2 or number 32 overall pick?
Yeah,
No.
Yes.
Nope.
I think they will.
I
I
think
can see
they're
them
going to
getting
take
Malik
one.
Malik
at number
Willis.
two.
I want to put a bet on this one.
At number 2, they are going to take Malik Willis.
Yep.
Wow.
No shot.
Actually, you
No
actually
shot.
think that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't think
And I feel like people need to talk about it a little bit more.
Jared Goff won 1 game.
Right. And
One and a half.
1 game. You want that? You want me to bring that up? He won 1 game. He is not that guy. He's done. He
Dude,
should
they
be done.
don't have a single person on their team that like sells jerseys that
Exactly.
does anything. They need a quarterback. Like
Yep.
DeAndre Swift is probably that guy.
Mhm.
Or TJ Hawkinson. He's a tight end.
Yep.
You can't have that.
No.
Jared Goff, nobody's excited about him. They're going to have another season just like they did.
Yep.
Exactly.
He's a bottom tier
Yep.
starting quarterback.
Yep.
He probably should be a backup,
But that's
and
the
he
thing.
will be a
Well,
backup.
you think they're
going
going to stink anyway, so if the QBs aren't that good this year, why won't
Yeah.
they do it like you guys are saying some of these other teams?
Yeah, wait
build
next
around
year.
and then get a quarterback the next year.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
If I feel like trading down
We're
a little
seeing
bit
that- we're
with the
saying
number
other teams are going to do that. Why won't they do that?
I don't know, because you don't always have. I mean, not to say that because we don't know what's going to happen because we talked about it last year. They finished with a terrible record, but they weren't the worst team.
You know what's stupid too, but I think this actually does have a lot to play into it, is they're on Hard Knocks. They're
Yeah.
on Hard Knocks,
Yeah.
and that's a perfect story. And I feel like the NFL does care about that, truthfully.
Yeah, and if they
But-
go and take a quarterback,
Yeah.
then that
You have a whole
that's
story.
douche
Here's the
rating.
thing.
So you're
Here's the
saying
thing.
you're saying it's fixed.
you can name Jared Goff. You can't name 2 wide receivers.
Well,
But getting 1 receiver for Jared Goff
Quintez.
isn't going to do anything.
But I think what they do next year is they tank again, and then next year they get that quarterback.
I just don't see them
Because
doing this.
it's Jared Goff. They still have faith in him.
And they actually do, which is weird.
It is weird, but like what?
So
that was
even
his
if they
first
have
year with the
faith-
Lions. That was his first year with the Lions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even if they have faith in him, why not just take Malik Willis, have him sit behind him, and then whenever you see
Because
things
if you
not panning
if you
out-
draft a QB, you obviously don't have faith in him.
And you have other needs right now.
Yeah.
You have other needs more.
Well, of
You have
course
other
they have
needs
other
right
needs.
now.
They had one win last season.
Right. So I think you target that. You give Goff that second chance, and then next year when he doesn't do good, you get a quarterback.
Hey, I'm team QB for the Lions. I really am.
Yeah. Let's see what happens.
I don't think
And
so.
and
See what
another
happens.
thing, like if they, I know it's stupid, but getting that really good guy is very tough. If they get Malik Willis, he misses, they're gonna have a bad season, and they could draft another one next year.
Yeah,
with
but
Then
then
you
you
just
miss
wasted
yeah,
that pick.
that's
I
a-
know
that's-
that.
They
but,
have other
but
spots.
if they
need.
wait until next year, there's no guarantee that they're gonna get a good quarterback.
First of all,
So-
there's no guarantee period ever.
correct. You're
Yeah,
doubling
but,
your
yeah,
chances.
But if you take
Yeah.
a quarterback this time,
in that you have a pick in the top 3, and
yeah,
you
but
need
you,
a quarterback.
You could have gotten a star wide receiver this draft, and then a star wide receiver in the next draft. So why waste? Why waste?
Yeah, but
it
there's
on
no
two
guarantee they
quarterbacks?
pan out either.
There's a higher chance. The wide
Sure,
receiver
there's a
class
higher
is
chance.
better
Sure, you could say that.
than the quarterback class.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of like in the boat where if you need a quarterback, you pick in the top 3, and you have a chance at any quarterback available, you take that
And
quarterback.
Dan Campbell, in my opinion, is a guy that really likes to take chances. So there's a lot of upside to Malik Willis, and I feel like they potentially want to see that upside.
Green Bay Packers up next. With 2 selections on day 1, will general manager Brian Gutekunst abandon the organization's philosophy of not drafting wide receivers in the first round in order to replace Devontae Adams?
Yes.
If they don't take a receiver, they're an idiot.
Yeah,
Well,
they're gonna
yeah,
take,
but we said that 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
They've already proven
But
that
this
they're
is even
idiots.
worse.
It is worse. It is worse.
Because they don't have a number 1 guy, number 2 guy, or number 3 guy.
they're going
Dude.
to take a quarterback, I think.
Yeah, this will tell if they're for Aaron Rodgers or against Aaron Rodgers.
They are trading for a wide receiver draft day, a veteran wide receiver.
That could happen.
Like
They're
who?
going to get
Who?
like DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett,
Yeah.
Debo Samuel.
They're going to give up our pick for
Yeah, and then some. And
Okay.
they're going to get a guy.
It could happen.
Debo
How do
Samuel would be
Packers fans
interesting.
feel about that?
I could see it happening.
Debo Samuel would be interesting.
How do Packers fans feel about that? Because that's
mean,
what I see.
If
Because
you're a Packers fan, you just don't
does
even
Aaron?
watch.
Because how I think about it is, does Aaron Rodgers really want his number 1 guy to be a rookie that's never really done it in the NFL, that hasn't done it in the
I don't
NFL
know if
yet?
Aaron Rodgers cares anymore.
Yeah, he probably does.
He got
He
his
probably
money. He
does.
would have left. I feel like if he cared, because he knew Devontae Adams wasn't going to be there.
Yeah,
He-
it does seem like he wanted his money.
He
Yeah,
might
he
retire
got his
mid-season.
money.
If they're doing bad,
That's
he
what
might
I'm
just
saying.
walk off
Yeah,
the
that's what-
field.
Well, he needs a play to be able to get his money.
whatever.
Kind of.
Screw
All
it.
right. Minnesota Vikings. Cornerback is an obvious
Yeah,
need
they
for the
need to get
Vikings.
defense,
Mhm.
100%.
What other positions could they try to take in the first round?
Defensive line, maybe edge rusher.
Yeah.
Defense. They go defense, 100%. Their
Yeah, no
defense
doubt.
is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I'm noticing a lot of teams need cornerback.
Yeah,
It's a hard
I-
position to fill.
it is.
It is. I
toughest,
feel like
toughest position on the field.
there's going to be a lot of cornerbacks that go off the board, and a lot of times they end up being busts, especially
Yeah.
if they get thrown into a starting role right away. It's
Yep.
tough.
Pittsburgh knows a lot about
It's
that.
tough.
Yep.
Oh, we know about that. Not easy. But yeah, cornerback for sure. Okay. Atlanta Falcons. If the Falcons don't draft a quarterback in round 1, where will they go?
They will not draft a quarterback in round number 1, and they will go with a receiver. That's what I want. I would like Wilson. I'll take London. I'll take any of them, to be honest.
All right.
I'll take Sauce Johnson
Sauce
if I
Gardner.
could do that. That'd be a great possibility for us, but we're not going to quarterback.
London's the dude this year, dude. He's number 1 receiver.
Is he?
He's the dude.
He's
All
he's
right.
talked about highly.
All right. Well, Joe
And
said
Olave as well.
it. All right.
He's another option for
He's
us.
a tank.
Yeah.
So if you're a Falcons fan, which you are, don't take quarterback. That's
no,
what
no
we're hearing
quarterback
here.
or quarterback.
QB.
Yeah, no,
QB.
do not take that. No,
All right.
no.
What if they were on Hard Knocks?
Huh? No, I don't care.
All right. We got the Panthers up next. So
That's
this
why
for
we're
you,
not on
TJ.
Hard Knocks.
Are the Panthers desperate enough at quarterback to draft one number 6 overall?
Yeah,
Yes.
they're
bro.
taking the QB. Which,
They're taking
man.
and they're taking Kenny Pickett.
What if they take Matt Corral just because? Why not? Could they?
well,
What about Ryder?
let's just not do that because it's not the fact that they're going to take a quarterback. It's the fact that they're going to take Kenny
They're
Pickett.
taking Kenny Pickett.
They're
Dude.
going to take Kenny
There's
Pickett.
somebody on the Panthers that is close to Kenny Pickett. I forget who the heck it is. One of the coaches.
Matt Rule? I mean, he was in college, obviously,
Maybe it
but
was
I don't really know about this, but they're going to take a quarterback. I think they're going to take Kenny Pickett. If not,
Jimmy G's
Malik
going
Willis
there.
might be there.
Jimmy G's going
Yeah,
there.
If
what
Kenny
happened to Jimmy
Pickett's
G?
gone because
Kenny
say the
Pickett's
Lions
gone.
take him for whatever reason,
Wow.
do they like Malik Willis enough? Because we haven't really heard
Yeah.
about Malik Willis and the Panthers. It's
No.
always Kenny Pickett
Yeah,
every time.
It is Kenny Pickett,
Yeah.
but Man, I feel like Malik Willis would
Poor
be a
guy.
great second option. Yeah.
Man,
All
I
right.
don't want Kenny Pickett going to Carolina.
All right. Up next, the New Orleans Saints. Yeah, there goes that career, huh? Anyway,
Those are fighting words, dog.
New Orleans
Step on
Saints. Let's
there.
move on. After trading to add another first-round
Yeah,
pick,
that trade was interesting right there.
what two positions are ideal for the Saints to land in round one?
I don't know. Do you think they're going to take a QB? Is there a shot they take a quarterback?
Okay, yeah. So the
There's
Saints,
a shot,
dude,
but
the Saints are one of the hardest players to get a quarterback. Honestly, they could use both of those picks to trade up and get their guy.
that's a possibility.
Their guy. I'm telling you,
That's a possibility.
the Saints are taking a quarterback.
Okay.
I really do feel that. If they don't, wide receiver.
What's our first pick? What number?
19 or 20 or something?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't.
I think it's 19
It's
or
not
20,
on
one
here.
of
I
them.
don't know off the top of my head. But like they just missed the playoffs, so their
Yeah.
pick is good. Yeah, is like a mid pick.
Yeah.
Dude, they're taking quarterback. They seem like big time players
Do you
right
think
now.
there's
could see
any shot that they believe in Desmond Ryder? Because
Maybe.
he would be there. He would be there.
That's the thing. Like somebody like him would
I know
definitely
nothing
be
about
there.
that dude, so I don't know.
Dude,
All I heard is his
He's creeping into the first round, whereas
Exactly.
before he was like a second round pick.
his draft capital was going up.
Like, why?
That's
I don't
it
know.
always just happens with
That's what I'm
quarterbacks.
saying, like, what
It
do they
just
see
happens.
in the past month? That's
I think
like,
he's. I think he's number 4. I feel like he's still behind Matt Corral.
Behind,
But
okay.
I mean, it depends on the team as always. I mean, we've seen
Yeah.
the Giants jump up and take Daniel Jones.
cool name.
Yeah,
Desmond
yeah.
Ryder.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Hopefully, he could ride.
Way
a
better
team,
than
move
Matt
the Steelers
Corral.
to a Super Bowl. But
Disgusting.
dude, wide receiver, their defense is like kind of nice. They're like,
Yeah.
I'll give them some credit.
Mm.
I mean, their defense beat Tom Brady in the box.
Yeah.
You got to keep him young, though,
And
you know.
and they almost made the playoffs, and they weren't even putting up points last season.
Facts.
So Tampa Bay Buccaneers are up next. The Bucks drafted for future needs in early rounds last year. Will we see a similar strategy with Tom Brady coming back? So, like taking a rookie quarterback.
Huh?
You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like
they
they
took
did.
Kyle Trask, and he hasn't had a shot to do anything. So you don't take a quarterback.
Right. Like if Tom Brady's coming back, you're not playing for the future. You're playing for
Yeah.
now.
Now.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
I don't think they're taking anything for the future.
Like, and we don't know if Gronk's coming back yet.
That's the thing. I wonder if they would take a tight end.
Mm.
If there's any good tight ends like really
Fucking, like,
available.
the defensive side of the ball, which they could use some secondary help.
Yeah, their cornerback situation last year
It's not
wasn't
great.
the
Yeah.
greatest.
No.
Like who do they have? Jamel Dean, Murphy Bunning.
Wasn't
I think
Richard
they still
Sherman
have
on
them.
that team at one point?
Yeah.
Oh,
He still might be.
Yeah.
A little bit sticky. I mean, they had injury problems as well, so that kind of like played
Sticky. Yeah.
in. Next, Arizona Cardinals. It seems like offensive line is a guaranteed first round pick,
Yeah.
but is there another direction the Cardinals could go?
I don't think.
No, I wouldn't go receiver because they got Rondell Moore last
Mhm.
year,
Mm-hmm.
and they have Hopkins.
Have AJ Green also still that's on the team?
I don't
right?
know. No, I don't think they signed him again.
Really? So is he a free
Um,
agent right now?
AJ
think so.
Green is still a free agent.
Oh wow.
AJ Green is still a
Christian
free
Kirk's
agent.
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think you just got to
I
go
think they-
offensive line.
yeah.
Yeah.
You have to.
They kind of need a running back behind James Conner because if Conner gets hurt, then who they have? But like,
Right. They're always trying to draft like these like big splash play guys though.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be shocked if they took a wide receiver, but I just don't think it's the right move.
no.
Los Angeles Rams, they don't have a selection until late in round 3. What's one position that they have to hit in this draft?
They just cut rid of Von Miller, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what I'm saying. Probably defensive side of the
Probably
ball.
take-
Someone to rush the quarterback.
Mhm.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Having two like dominant defenders right there on the line is really important in my opinion. So
Offensive line is also another need, but
Mm.
like again, like you're drafting late third round to hit on a guy that's really going to be a starter is it's so tough to begin with. So
Yeah.
you can't really rely on any of these guys to like just sub in
Yeah.
anyways. 49ers. Should the 49ers use early picks? They have 2 in round 3 to build around Trey Lance or plug holes in the secondary.
I think vote around Trey Lance.
They should get Trey Lance a little bit of help.
Yeah.
Their secondary was bad though.
I don't. Trey Lance. What help does he need that badly though? I mean, he has receivers. His offensive
Ayuk,
line's pretty
Debo, Kittle.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, you got running
running
backs that can
backs.
receive.
See, I'm looking at this trade that you said about Debo going to the Packers, and I could actually really see that happening.
Yeah,
so
'cause his
I'm
name-
picturing them losing Debo Samuel.
Right. Yeah.
So that's
like,
another
obviously
reason why I
they
think
still
that.
have
Why
him this
would they
year.
want to do that?
I don't know.
They are in trouble. Like, why would they do that?
Because he was talked about for getting traded, which is
Ayuk's
weird.
not the guy.
I don't
He had an
know.
off year
Like
last
Debo
year.
fitting in San Francisco is like the perfect fit because he's
Exactly.
not your
Why-
typical wide receiver,
Nope.
but they're a team that knows how to find ways
Like,
to make
yeah,
it work.
He fits
Yeah.
perfectly in that. I don't know. That if they trade him,
Yeah.
they're stupid.
So they did draft or not draft. They got Travarius Ward
Mm.
at cornerback to like
Mm-hmm.
help out a little bit, but I still feel like you got to help out with that a little bit more. And even with Kittle getting hurt and Ayuk being a little bit inconsistent, I feel kind of fine with them.
I would go defense.
Seattle Seahawks with 3 picks in the top 50. What positions need the most attention in Seattle?
Quarterback.
Quarterback.
obviously.
Quarterback, yes.
Yeah.
Receiver.
Corner.
Exact defense.
Well,
they need some help. on
If
their
they get
defense.
rid of one of their guys.
Oh yeah, well, I think they already did.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
no,
that's
no,
true.
no. Like as of now, they're fine there. They're
Mm.
like their offensive weapons are actually great.
Yeah. Mhm.
If
Yeah.
they kept everybody, they keep Lockett, Chris
Yeah.
Carson, granted he could stay healthy. Penny
That's what I'm
stepped up
saying.
big time
Yeah.
last year. They
Mhm.
add Noah Fant.
Yeah.
They
They
need a
offensive
cord.
line, though, man.
They need a QB.
They
Yeah.
can't protect the QB.
I think
They- you're
QB,
true.
yeah, QB or like corners. I think
Corner.
would be
Their
the smartest
defense, they,
place
like
for 'em.
lost Bobby Wagner.
Yeah.
that's their team
defense is
captain.
complete rebuild.
Yeah, their defense needs rebuilt from the bottom
Yeah,
up. Like,
Drew Lock ain't that guy.
yeah, nah, no. Oh, was that it?
That's it.
That was it, boys. I think we. I hope we hit on every team. I'm pretty sure we hit on
I
every
think
team.
we did.
Yeah, I think
Wow,
we did.
That was a little good time, fun time.
That was
Thank you,
fun.
boys, so much for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe. Let us know your opinions on what we said about your teams, and we will see you tomorrow in another video. Thank you. See you later.